tell you. You need a gavel.
Well, good afternoon.
There she
That
goes.
was pretty good. The speaker used her ring as a gavel. That was pretty good. Thank you. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I want to first of all thank the presiding officers and the leaders in the legislature on both sides of the aisle for all of their hard work over the past 90 days of the legislative session. I would say this has been our most successful session yet. We enacted the largest tax cut package in state history to provide $2 billion of tax relief for retirees and struggling families and small businesses. We enacted a fiscally responsible and balanced budget. For the 8th year in a row, we've record-funded education. We've increased investments in our police, first responders, and public safety. And today we're going to be signing 79 bills into law. We haven't always agreed 100% of the time, but I really do want to thank the legislators on both sides of the aisle for working together with us in a bipartisan way, not just in this most recent legislative session, but over the past 8 years, and it's greatly appreciated. For 8 years, we've sent a very clear message that unlike just down the road in Washington, where there seems to be more divisiveness and dysfunction, that we actually can come together in a bipartisan way to change things for the better. And so with that, I'll ask the Senate President and the Speaker to say a few words before we start signing bills.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Governor. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thanks to all who are here today. This was truly an historic session. It was a remarkable session in many, many ways. When you think back to how we started with Omicron and uncertainty and the resurgence of what was looking to be a very unclear year moving forward, we knew coming into this session that yet again we had an obligation to work together as a team on behalf of Maryland, on behalf of Marylanders, to ensure that they had the best possible opportunity with their health care, safety, and the building of our state's economy. That's what we talked about when we entered 90 days ago. We sit here today having accomplished the vast majority of those important priorities that we had sought to accomplish. And it is in no small testament to the work of sitting at a table, having hard conversations, and getting things done. That's what Marylanders want, and that is what we, the General Assembly, with the Hogan administration, were able to accomplish this year. I am so incredibly proud of the historic work we were able to do, from passing a balanced budget that sets us up for success for years to come, to passing policies, tackling climate change, looking at how Maryland families and workers will be able to thrive in the years ahead. We invested in seniors, we invested in the most vulnerable, we invested in young people, and we invested in our healthcare system. The last note I do want to make, and I think is probably of a personal note, is we're going to pass this year, and through the budget and legislation, probably the single largest investment that this state has ever made in mental health care. And as we have thought about the impact, truly, it is the most important impact post-COVID is going to be how this experience has impacted each and every one of us, and how we see the world, and how we view our future. And this year, by working together, the investments that we will make in the state of Maryland for mental health and the availability and access to mental health services is truly, truly historic and meaningful. With that, just want to thank my colleagues, the members of the Senate. This was a phenomenal year, and I hand it over to the esteemed Speaker.
Thank you very much, Governor, President, House and Senate members, ladies and gentlemen. This is a unique day today, and the fact that all those people downstairs, people are actually coming to witness the bills that we have passed for them. Year after year, we do our very best to make life better for Maryland residents, particularly now after a 2-year pandemic where we were challenged to help people recover and stabilize our economy. We met the challenge head on and responded to Marylanders' immediate needs and some immediate threats to our values and way of life. We're fueling economic recovery from the bottom up and are reinforcing the very foundation of our economy, Maryland's families. The record tax relief we provided will help struggling Marylanders recover from the pandemic. Our climate solution legislation will help mitigate the impacts of climate change and give us cleaner air and water. Paid family and medical leave will provide Marylanders with a safety net when they have a baby or have a medical emergency. The astounding $800 million for the blueprint and an additional education funding will deliver world-class public schools and give every student a chance to succeed regardless of their zip code. We are addressing rising crime by increasing judicial transparency, providing record levels of public safety funding, and by getting unregistered and stolen guns off the street. We are preparing for some of the most restrictive abortion actions that we've seen in a generation by expanding access to reproductive care and expanding access to health care for those most in need. And we're creating more equity in our justice system by reforming unjust laws and rethinking outdated drug policies. We ended this session in a way where no one gets left behind in post-pandemic recovery, and everyone in Maryland has an opportunity for a better future. I am incredibly proud of what we have accomplished. I want to thank Governor Hogan and Senate President Ferguson for their partnership in the work. Now let's go and sign these bills.
Good. Thank you, Vice Speaker.